Howdy, Brazos Valley. Welcome to the latest real estate market update, your go-to source for the latest trends and stats in the Bryan-College Station housing market and beyond. I'm Hayden Riley, a licensed broker associate with Inhabit Real Estate Group, and whether you're buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on the market, I've got you covered. Today, we'll dive into the numbers from last month, straight from the Bryan-College Station MLS, the Texas Association of Realtors, and the Texas Real Estate Center. From sales volume to median home prices, we'll break it all down to help you make an informed decision based on this dynamic market. So grab a cup of coffee, maybe a pen and a paper, and let's see how this market's shaping up. Trust me, there are some interesting trends you won't want to miss. You ready? Let's jump in. All right, y'all, it's April, so we're going over March's numbers. Let's start with average days on market, as usual. We're looking at the pink line for 2026. We were at 117 average days on market, which is dead even with where we were in February of 2026. A lot of this has to do with a lot of inventory coming onto the market all at the same time. So that means that those properties that have been sitting on the market may be sitting for a little bit longer because they have more competition. Next, we're going to take a look at the units sold. In this chart, it's actually purple line. I don't know why they altered the colors from one chart to the next. Anyway, we closed 325 transactions in March, which is a pretty big bump from February. But as you can see from previous Marches, that's usually what happens in March. This is really when we ramp up our activity from February to March. So I have a feeling that we will continue to see a rise in units sold as we get into the summer. Typically, our peak months are either May, June, or July year over year. So we will see if I'm right. Next, we're going to take a look at the new listings taken. We're back to the pink line again. 630 new listings taken for March. That's a pretty high number. It looks like actually, I'm trying to look back here really quick just to see if we've had any other higher months in the last 6 years. That's a pretty high number. We are at almost 1,800 active listings right now, that's a lot of listings going on right now. And part of the reason that usually our peak number of new listings taken happens in March or April because sellers want to get their houses on the market prior to the buying season that we were talking about in the last slide. Next, we're going to take a look at the BCS housing report, or as they like to call it, College Station Bryan, at least when they're mentioning metropolitan service areas. So our median price point, $320,960, which is up 3.5% compared to last year. Active listings are up 15%. Days on market, 110 for the two cities, so slightly lower than what we saw for the entire MLS. March, our price distribution, our top two tiers at 200 to 300,000 and 300 to 400,000 are usually our number one and number two. Sometimes they alternate places. But I'd like to also point out how much lower the percentages are in the other price categories. So really the majority, overwhelming, but a large majority of the market is between $200,000 and $400,000 right now. The closed sales up 3.5%, and the months of inventory at 5. So the line of demarcation for months of inventory is typically 6. So if that's our number, then we're looking at moving into a buyer's market, possibly a balanced market, but usually it would be an indicator of a buyer's market. Also, how we come up with that number is by asking the question, what if we sold the same number of properties we did in March over and over again without adding anything new to the inventory? And how many months would it take us to deplete our inventory? And the answer would be 5 months. So that's how we come up with that. Our last statistic we're looking at is just the market activity as a precursor to sales. We just want to know what percentage of our active listings went under contract in the last month, in the last week. And so 116 properties went under contract in the last week out of 1,798 active listings. So 6.5% of our inventory is went under contract. And that's a fairly active market when you compare to the 4.3 and 5% numbers that we were seeing towards the end of last year. So we're starting to pick up again. And I trust that we'll start to do even more of that as we get closer to the summer. And that's a wrap on this month's Brazos Valley Real Estate Market Update. Thanks so much for tuning in and staying informed about our ever-evolving market. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. Your support helps us reach more people just like you who want to stay on top of the real estate trends that matter. As always, if you're looking to buy, sell, or have any questions about the real estate market, I'm just a call or message away. Until next time, stay tuned, stay informed, and take care, Brazos Valley. I'll see you in the next update.